Hi everyone. How are you? Hi everyone. If you're going to join the live, make sure you tap the link at the top of the comments. I pinned it to the top to join the live, the StreamYard link. Please tap the link. Hi everyone. How are you? How are you? Hi. How are you? Can you hear me?
Hello. Can you hear me? Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. You can go ahead and mute your mic. Go ahead and mute your mic right quick.
Okay, hold
Mhm.
on. Let me see. No, hold on. Let me see. How to mute this guy.
I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Hi everyone. How are you doing? I see the comments down below.
We're recommending is that in the school system, you surround the children with people who are vaccinated, who are eligible to be vaccinated. And that's the reason why we want to see as many as possible of the teachers and the personnel in the school to be vaccinated. Children who are old enough and are eligible to get vaccinated should get vaccinated. And in the other situation, which you mentioned, the children who are not yet eligible, that's the reason why we want masking in the school for everyone, vaccinated or not, because we don't want to keep the children out of school. We know the deleterious effects of keeping children away from physical presence in the school, mental, social development, and things like that. So we've got to balance things. And that's the reason why we feel strongly we should be masking people to protect the children.
Hi everyone. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for joining. Hi Don Panero. Hi Drummond Sis. Hi everyone. How are you? Tamika.
How are you? How are you?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
I just want
Hey
to see if it.
everybody. Hey everybody.
Oh, let me take this off. Okay. Let me see. Put this little layout up here. Okay, so they can see us. Okay, I'm gonna use that for tonight. So, introduce yourself. I have a guest on tonight, Miss Cummins. Introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. So my name is Tamika Cummings. Uh, hopefully everyone can hear me. Well, my name is Tamika Cummings. I am a Facebook friend of Mrs. Furlow and have been following her for quite some time. And I am currently a Mary Kay beauty consultant. I'm also a parent. Am also just a human being trying to spread love.
Yes, of course. Yeah, exactly. I see some comments here down there. What's upset me about this whole situation, the virus? Okay, I'll get to the comments in a second. Okay, I just showed you're gonna walk. We're gonna walk through this with the pictures that I'm showing on the string. Can you see the pictures on the string? The
Yes.
screen. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get to. I got some things to talk about tonight, and I wanted you to voice your opinion on certain things, and it do have something to do with do men lead anymore, leadership, and a lot of things that men are going through right now. So we're gonna talk about it, But I wanted to address the situation about Anthony Fauci, about the
Mm-hmm.
everybody. What do you think about it? What do you think about the mass situation, the coronavirus, the kids going to school? What do you think about it?
Well, to be honest, and this will be my first time vocalizing this sort of on a public platform, but however, I am a vaccinated individual. And for the information that has recently come out with people who are vaccinated and unvaccinated, it definitely worries me and it concerns me because when we think of vaccinations, we think of prevention. And I am not a scientist. I am not a doctor. So as far as my opinion on that, I just really feel like we are really like test dummies, if that makes sense. Um, when it comes to the mask, if an unvaccinated and vaccinated person can still get the COVID 19, um, can still get the COVID 19 virus, then how effective are masks? I'm not saying that we run amok with, you know, with disregarding prevention or disregarding the science. But when we talk about mandating in my mindset is control. But when we think about vaccinations, that's control as well. So we are absolutely in a pickle. And the opinion that I have really, it I'm sick to my stomach of it. I'm sick to my stomach. I mean, this is something that has affected our relationships outside of our homes, in our homes, traveling abroad. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yes.
So, myself, I will continue to wear a mask though. I will. And that's just because I feel like if whether I'm vaccinated, but whether someone else is, if I'm vaccinated and I still have the potential of carrying the virus, I don't want to give it to someone. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Yes, you're making a whole lot of sense. And Ron Paul, I think I don't know if you can see this, but as you said about the masks, do they work or do they not work?
Mm-hmm.
Ron Paul was actually banned from YouTube for, I think, what he said here. He was banned for 7 days for saying
Mm-hmm.
something about the masks do not work. The cloth masks don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, NBC reported it and said that Ron Paul violated company policies on COVID-19 misinformation, claims that
Mm-hmm.
wearing a mask is dangerous or cause negative physical health effects, or that the mask don't play a role in preventing the COVID-19. So that's the reason why he got banned from
Mm-hmm.
YouTube for almost 7 days. For those that want
Mm-hmm.
to go watch the video of what he said, it's on the link here. Um, so there's people saying that the mask work and it don't work, and people that took the vaccine, still caught the coronavirus. So I mean, you mentioned earlier you took the vaccine, right? So how
Yes.
did that go? Like,
Okay.
what you,
So the first, was someone trying to say something? The
oh,
first time, the first shot that I got, it was okay. I did have the side effects or what have you. The second shot that I got 2 weeks after, I started having like sharp chest pains. So I'm on a regimen now of ibuprofen because they did a D-dimer test on me to test for blood clots. And I don't want to physically say that that it deals directly with the vaccine because I do not know.
yes,
I do
Right.
not know. But when you're paying attention to your body before and after, there is a change, you know, and it may not affect everybody, but I can just say for myself, there is a change. I feel very tired. I feel I mean, along with the emotions of feeling frustrated. So what I try to do is make sure that I keep, you know, I try to keep my vitamin C and vitamin D, all of those things going that I was doing before I even got the vaccine started in my system. Um, so I mean, so far, I mean, I'm still here, I'm still alive, still breathing, thank God. I will say that once I was fully inoculated, man, I was like, okay, God, I don't have to wear this mask anymore. Because, like I said, I'm a Mary Kay beauty consultant. So, you know, from time to time, I wear makeup, I wear lipstick, and all of those things sort of affected my business. Like, here it is, I'm getting inoculated on what was advised to do to help prevent the COVID-19 virus spread. And it's like I feel like I'm back at square one, you know? So,
Exactly.
you know, with that being said, I don't know why censorship is such a big thing now. People are allowed to have their opinions. I thought that's what social media was for, but if someone is wrong, then everybody can't be wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Rand Paul is a person. I mean, he has an individual. He could be speaking from his personal experience. He could be speaking from experience, you know, from communications with people that are close to him. Pull this man to the table. Stop banning people, for goodness sake. Because at this point, when you're banning everybody, it starts to look as if, what are you trying to keep away? What are you trying to hide? Whether it's true or not. Like, if it's some sort of truth to what he's saying and his delivery is
Right.
wrong, it's not about banning. It's about educating. Hello, everybody wants to holler about. Let's educate this and let's educate this person on this topic, so and so on and so forth. God, this is the World Wide Web, honey. You listen to these folks
Exactly.
or you don't. So hey, more power to him. I have, you know.
Hi everyone that just came in. We're on YouTube. If you'd like to come to YouTube, come to Miss Furlow Speaks. We're on YouTube. The video will not be up long on Facebook. So make sure you guys come to YouTube. Okay, so we have some comments below. Can you see the comments below?
Hold on, let me switch. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm back.
Kind of
Okay,
get out of the YouTube tab and just
hmm
stay in the StreamYard tab because I hear echoing on your end.
okay, so I'm in
Try to
the
get out of it.
stream, y'all. I
You
don't
have
see
two
the.
phones? Do you have two phones or do
I got
you have
two
another
phones.
yeah, you can have another phone so you can see the comments on
Oh, I
YouTube.
can see the comments. I see them. I
Okay, you can
see
see
them.
it. Okay, so if you want to read the comments or answer back to whoever comment below, you
hmm
can.
Oh yes.
So
hmm
and also with Ron Paul, I do agree with what you said. You know, like, hey, actually there are some people that are having different effects. You know, to the mask, they're having different effects to the vaccine, and why
hmm
is they trying to censor people? You know, from speaking up or having an opinion. But you know, he's a Republican. He's somebody that stands out. You know, so I guess that's why they are really hard on him. But I also saw something online where I think this came out today about Ron Paul's wife actually buying stock into the Gilead um, Science. Let me see. Can you see this on the? Can you see it?
Hold on, let me come on the comments.
It
Okay.
say. Can you see that? It's a Senator Ron Paul revealed Wednesday that his wife bought stock in Gilead Science, which makes an antiviral drug used to treat COVID-19 on February the 26th of 2020. So, you know, he was, I guess, you know, he bought stock, I think, before the coronavirus even, you know, hit so hard on us. And somehow, I don't know, maybe afterwards he kind of figured it out like, hey, it's not, we shouldn't have done that, or we made a mistake, or, whatever, because he's like talking really against all of this, because him and what Fauci was arguing about the coronavirus. So, it was going back and forth. So, it's a lot of things that are going on with this whole situation. And I just wanted people to know that they need to stay safe. And Fauci, he's really trying to get the kids to go to school. So, which I mean, they were saying the kids was catching it now, but there are some kids that was sick when the coronavirus first hit. It just wasn't documented or it wasn't talked about. But there was a few kids that were sick when the coronavirus first hit. When we were first, alert about it, when it first came out or whatever. So, but now, he was like, okay, let the kids go to school. But, I don't have a baby. So, hey, I don't have to worry about that. But I'm kind of concerned about other people's children, so I don't know how you have youngins. So what do you think about the kids? Like, go ahead.
Listen. Like, I don't think that you having a child or not having a child is something to debate of, you being concerned. Like, these are human beings. Like, this is
exactly.
The period that we're in now is going to eventually affect their future. It's like, when you talk about students, you have already taken students out of the school. You place them online. Now they're all thrown back into the school, and little by little, you're getting the numbers of COVID to rise higher and higher and higher. I am not only concerned about my own children, I am like you. I am concerned for all children at this point, whether they're in daycare, whether they're in private school, public school, however, if they're in homeschool pods. Like, it's a risk. This is a risk of life to figure out what type of future we will have. And it's a huge challenge for those who can write the laws, policies, or whatever, and scientists. I mean, this is a huge challenge for them. But when you do things at the risk of human life, I really feel like there should be a serious pause there. And when I say a serious pause, like, it's almost like, say for instance, when you were younger, you had a cold, and your cold wasn't too bad, but your mom may have sent you, your parents may have sent you to school. Oh, you just got a little cold. They'll give you some Formula 44D. Some of the listeners may know about that, some may not. But this is something totally different. Like, you're paying attention. If your child sniffles, you're alert, like, you're feeling like, oh my gosh, what is this? Let's go get tested. But it's a reaction versus being, like, you're not thinking about being proactive to this thing. There should be a pause.
Yes.
Like, instead of just putting them all in school, like, there should have been a hybrid method, maybe. I mean, you're already testing people, like, is this going to work? That's not going to work. These numbers of people are dying. You have children who are not even at the age to even get inoculated. Now it's okay for women who are pregnant. Like, it's a test. This is a test for the future. This is a huge test. And it's a huge sacrifice of life. It's a sacrifice of life.
Exactly. And it is. Don Panero said, I can't believe we're debating about children in the pandemic.
Come on, Don. Speak the truth. Like, why? Why are we debating about our children? And I'm going to tell you something. I wanted to go back to work, like that time where, we weren't working, we had to be at home, we're getting unemployment, our children were online. So I was, working from home. So it's like, okay, look, I'm at home, I'm doing these things, my children are online, they're at school. Okay. Still no money being made. You know what I mean? So I was like, look, when it's time for my children to go back to school, because they were out that March and they winded up going back, I want to say that October when face-to-face had really, because they went in phases. Okay, it wasn't a push for everybody to go back into the school. They did it in phases, and I may be using the wrong term, but it was in phases. So when it came to the final phase, you know, my baby, she said, Mom, and my son, the one who's getting ready to go off to college, they were like, I can't do school online. I have to be face to face. And I'm thinking, okay, look, I know you want to be with your friends, but it had nothing to do with being with their friends. It's just the way that they learn. They have to be present. So when we talk about debating our children, can you imagine what that looks like at home for our children who want to be face to face? You know, there's a lot of students, they don't have any fear of this thing. They don't have any fear of this virus. And right, the variant is targeting the young. I am very concerned about this fall and winter. Right, when cold season, flu season comes again, you know? So it's like I said, it's a risk of human life. And being a parent, that's something heavy. That's a heavy price to pay because the way that my children learn, they would much rather be face to face. But if we're having this huge debate about masks, which their thing is they're going to mask up, that's fine. But if there's this big issue about masks and all of this rigmarole going on, you know, folks standing outside of board meetings, and it's chaotic. Like, really, what are we coming to? This is the scene out of a movie. Miss Furlow, this is scenes out of movies.
Exactly, it is.
And our
It is.
children,
I mean, we need to take this
yeah,
serious. I mean,
our children
I don't see why they're
affect
not.
our children. Absolutely. Um, Dawn even said, I personally think bringing children back to school during this latest Delta variant is not wise. And I agree. And the thing of it is, who's to say that? Because this was the first week for, my children, their school system. Like this was the first week. Last week was the first week. Okay. So I think at this point, like the majority of the students in our state have already gone back to school. So you know what the numbers are now. There has to be a decision made. But when you're moving and planning and making policy as chaos is happening, it gets to be a heavier challenge. Maybe some people can operate it. Maybe it's just me. The older I get, I cannot. My children have to go to school. I have to send them. They want to go. I can't
Exactly.
just tell my daughter and my son, my son's going off to college. You're not going to go to college because they don't know what they're going to do about this mask mandate. This Delta variant is out there. That's tearing my relationship up with my son, and he's worked his tail off. And I mean worked his tail off. Not just him, but any student that I've come in contact with dealing with my child in school. My baby girl, she's a rising eighth grader. The fear, the fear, the fear. It's
Yes, it's so much fear and anxiety, with this whole
mm-hmm,
situation that's going on, but they're not taking it serious, like it's just ridiculous. But we have to take it serious, even though they don't take it serious. We have to protect ourselves. You know,
mm-hmm,
if you feel like your child is in danger, don't send them to school or protect them in some type of way. So that's my opinion
mm-hmm.
with that.
And I will say this, and I'm sorry, I'll let you get back to your point, Ms. Furlow. Um, Don has made some serious, Mr. Don Panero has made some great points here. And one of them that really alerted me is that he says, keep in mind, Senate Rand Paul is a physician. He's a physician. His wife is an investor. And it's not just them. That's the thing. It's not just them two. How many people are investing in trying to fight something they can't see or don't understand from, or maybe they do understand. I don't know. But as a parent, I would like to know more about it because I need to educate my children, because this is something they have to tell their children, their nieces, nephews, however, they have to tell. In the future, story is going to be told. This is history for them. So this is
Exactly. You're right.
It's
so right about that.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's so much about it. Like I say, they what you say?
I said,
Hello?
I'm just glad you're bringing this, I'm glad you're bringing this to the light. You're having conversations about this specific topic. Like, this is health. This deals with your health,
Yes.
So I definitely appreciate this platform. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming on and voicing your opinion, coming, live on this. We have so much to talk about tonight. I have like two more things to talk about. But like I said, they removed Senator Rand Paul from YouTube for speaking the truth. And a lot of people don't know. Some people just have a change of mind, from what they said about his wife, was into stocks and stuff before the corona. We were like, okay, they must have knew that the coronavirus was coming or something. How we are, we just, so conspiracy theory type person. But from what I've been hearing, Rand Paul been talking about, is like, hey, this is not going to work. Like, hey, I got to change your mind. Okay, this is, like, then there were emails of Fauci and stuff, and so they was like going back and forth about the emails and how he allegedly supposed to have some connection with China or something like that. It's just so much that is going on, and it's causing confusion. And we were like, okay, we thought this worked, and then that don't work. It's just so much confusion out here, and we don't have really a straight answer. But all I can say is that we have to protect ourselves regardless of what somebody else say. We can't just keep waiting on them. We got to find solutions for ourselves. We just got to find solution for ourselves so we can be protected throughout, through this coronavirus, through this pandemic or pandemic.
Right.
So
and protecting ourselves is not just masks. Like, we're talking about hand sanitizers, washing of the hands, just cleaning your body, things of that nature. But how much of that is effective? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's dang if you do, and it's if you don't. So you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for you and your family. Like, keeping the minimal risk, keeping the risk down is very, very important. Like, I'm not really a person that just likes to get out and go a whole bunch of places. Thank goodness at this point I've done most of that in my younger days. But at the same token, it's like, leaving your home is something that you just don't want to take for granted anymore. And it's not to say that it should have taken this virus to feel that way, but it has. I didn't grow up during the time of the Spanish flu. I didn't know what happened during that time. But here we are, it seems like in a mirror to reconstruction. And it's like, we have to figure out what's best for our own families. And it's going to be a lot of hurt people that hurt people because of it. I wouldn't even doubt, Ms. Furlow, if this virus is the cause for like maybe chemical imbalances in people. Like, and when I say that lightly, meaning could it also have effects on people's behavior? Is it just these symptoms? How have people just really, really changed?
Right.
You know? So, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong there, but you never know. You just never know. You just can never know. Really.
Exactly. There's something else that Paul had said. He said Paul claimed in a separate post on the conservative website Liberty Tree. I haven't lied. I haven't used explicit. Let's see. He said I haven't spread misinformation. I have only told the truth about what our government seeks to do to us. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
He said he spoke the truth, but YouTube banned him. Said that he was putting out, the wrong information. So
yeah, but if you're speaking the truth and you're giving wrong information, then of course, like there's gonna be some backlash. Like, I mean, really, if I'm speaking the truth of what I feel I know, and someone tells me that I'm wrong, can you imagine how that crushes the person that's giving the information? So that's what I mean where I say, like, the conversations are not had. Let's not compete over who knows what and how and what's the truth and what's not. Let's conversate. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's be transparent. What's wrong with transparency? We as citizens in this country, we got to be transparent about anything we do. If the government asks us for anything, we must be transparent. It's just they don't already know, but that's something else, like. So why is it that at that level there is total chaos at that level? Like leadership, when it's just like an animal. If you hit an animal in the head, its body is gonna fall. You see what I'm saying? So if the head is not right, nothing else is gonna fall in line. And now you got people split over who to believe. It's sad.
Yes, it's real sad. You got some people, oh, the vaccine, I'm fine, and take the vaccine. Then you got other people saying, don't take the vaccine. I mean, it's just so much, division here, so much confusion, that, we're receiving. It's just ridiculous. Like I said, we have to go by what we feel is right, that we know is right for us, so. I haven't took the vaccine yet. It's for, personal reasons, but, I haven't took it yet, and I'm not taking it, but I'm not telling people not to take it, but I'm not taking it. It's for personal reason, medical reasons. So I'm not taking it, even if it wasn't for, just not because, I think, what's his name? Fauci said something about the reason why people haven't took the vaccine was because they haven't got an official full approval yet. That's what, he said. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that also, and that's the same way I feel. You haven't got a full approval and you out here just, tossing to and fro with your words. So I'm like, okay, well, let me back off and hey, let me wait until they say, okay, it's good, because some people, like, it's just so much, so we just have to be, go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish. I want you to finish that thought finish your thought.
Yeah, we just have to stay focused, and we have to stay in a place, a preparation, and we have to stay in a place of awareness. You know what I mean? Like we got to be like for the coronavirus as a people, as a race, we have to always, we should know what's going on around us, but somehow we was caught off guard when the coronavirus came because we depended on a people to lead and guide us and to let us know about this and know about that. Everything is just sneaking us, just catching us off guard, you know. So I just feel like we just should be more prepared and more aware of what's going on around us, so we won't be caught off guard the next time. And we
Yeah.
shouldn't be out here. I think, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with going out. There's nothing wrong with having a good time, but you still have to
Mhm.
stay focused. You have to stay
Mhm.
focused. You can't be getting caught off guard. You see what I'm saying? And that's the mistake that we made. Not only just the people, you know, the church, you know, and so many other people caught off guard. You know, so
Mhm.
we just have to keep our guards up on that. And you can
Yeah,
go ahead with your what you need to say.
we do. And one word that caught me when you was, when I asked you to finish your thought was wait. We're all waiting to see what's gonna happen to the next person, the next group of people, the next, like, we're waiting for, it's almost like we're naturally waiting to hear the negativity behind the vaccine. The intent is good, but just simply say it's not working, because those of us who have taken it, and now to see that we've done something, we've taken this vaccine, like, and it's, we still can get it. Like, yeah, so okay, we will get COVID-19. We may not have to, what is it, quarantine for 10 days, or you get it, you can still come out and about and around people, or you die. It's so many ors. Like, come on.
Right. It's or this or that. You know, you get
Or this
vaccinated, you
or,
still have to wear
that.
the mask. You still gotta wear your gloves. You still gotta sanitize your hands. You still gotta protect yourself, you know, from this and from that, you know. So it's just so much confusion right now. And I think the CDC or whoever that is running the rule or whoever running this thing should understand that we are confused right now. We are like, hey, we're confused. Like you are giving us, it's like mixed messages, you know. So they should understand how we feel and how we're taking this as a
Mm-hmm.
people, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
now we got to take matters into our own hands to try to protect ourselves, you know. So I mean, hey, I'm going
We
to try
should
to
do that.
protect myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What you say? What was that?
We should be protecting ourselves at all times.
Exactly.
At all
That's what I was saying. We should always
times.
stay ready, stay prepared.
Mm-hmm. Don said, foods in the community, mainly unhealthy eatery joints in the black community. It's not just the black community. Like, one thing I can tell you about COVID, like, and excuse me if I sound a bit harsh, you can't put a color on COVID. You can't put a particular community on COVID. COVID is
Exactly.
global. It is global. It is affecting all age groups. It is affecting all races of people, like religions, creed. It's affecting every human being. And if I'm not mistaken, did I hear something about animals at one point? Like, come on. It has nothing to do with color. It has everything to do with
Exactly.
leadership, meaning these are people we have voted into office who have their hands directly tied into who is going to fix the right vaccine for people not to die if they can still get this virus, man. This is not a
Exactly.
joke. You can't, this is not, the race card is not going to be pulled, not with me, with COVID right now. No, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Come on now. It's sad. This is a human race that is dying daily. We are in peaks and valleys. And
Exactly.
right now we've come over one peak, happy, go lucky. Oh, the numbers are going down. The numbers they're decreasing. Hospitals, they're leveling out. So all of a sudden you just hit the slope. But they're still working. And just because my friend is a scientist, I don't care. Just because my friend is a scientist doesn't mean that my friend has the formula that's going to fix everything. Especially when you have people getting inoculated and they still dying. And it's not because of a black community. The food's in the black community. Food everywhere. Let's not forget about cancer. COVID is out here, but cancer is right. It's right there. People still dying. You can't eat certain food. You can't drink certain water, but it's sold in the store. I mean, hey man, like I don't know if that bothers someone out there. I really don't care. But let's not play the race card with COVID. That's not gonna
Exactly.
that's not gonna help. If you want to talk about the black community, then you put clinics, more hospitals in the black community. And it's not just black people that live in the black community either. We're talking about low-income communities that has every race in it. And people are still dying. So, hey.
Exactly.
You're right. We have to take and protect ourselves. We need the tools to protect ourselves. But that's the topic for another day. Because in order to get those tools, you must educate yourself at the cost of of having bad health, mental health at that, because you want to find a way to get above COVID. You can't even see it.
Exactly.
You can't even see it.
It's like a thief in the night. Like you can't even see
Hello?
it.
You can't see it. You cannot see it. But yet and still, we talk about things that were already known. This virus is on the back of a Lysol can. I turned 6 yesterday. I remember it being on the bottle when I was a child. Because why? I used to like reading the little small print on the back of those bottles, knowing I wasn't supposed to be touching those bottles. But here we are. Everything want to act like it's new. It's not new. It's not new. Hatred is. So, if this is a way of extinction, I'm telling you, I believe that the evil will lose.
Exactly.
It will lose this war.
Yes. Yes. Most definitely. Hi guys that have came in. Thank you guys for joining my live. Thank you so much. We are on YouTube. Those that are on Facebook, Richard Cook, we're on YouTube live. Yes, we come on Saturdays at 6:45 and Sundays at 11 a.m. Okay, if you want to join the live, you can. Make sure you guys hit the link at the top of the comments if you want to join the live. But you guys just make sure you guys stay protected and think for yourselves and pray because we're going to need it. I wanted to you mentioned something about race too, and I wanted to talk about this next story here. This is about Quentin Tarantino. Okay, he's a white man. Okay, he's not black, and I know a lot of black men always, a lot of black people be thinking one way all the time. Well, he went.
You cutting out.
Yeah, he went through something when he was a little child, right? With his with his hold on one second.
Okay. There will be no house for you. There's no vacation for you. No Elvis Cadillac for mama. You get nothing.
And the reason why he said that because his mother said something to him when he was a little boy. And okay, this is his mother on the left hand side. That's his mother and him, and that's his father on the right hand side. I don't know if I'm saying right and left right, but these are his parents. And his mother said something to him real mean when he was a little child. Let me pull it up here.
Saying that he wouldn't become a successful writer. You will never see penny one for my success. There will be no house for you. There's no vacation for you. No collect for mom. You get nothing because you said that. After getting in trouble, he said that his mom was bitching at me about that. And then in the middle of her little tirade, she said, "Oh, and by the way, this little writing career with the finger quote and everything, this little writing career that you're doing, children never forget."
Exactly. And Black people are not the only ones that go through this situation. When I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this today. I'm gonna use this today because um, I think a lot of people think that Black people is the only one that go through mental problems and mental abuse, verbal abuse. But all races go through this situation. What she said to him was real harsh, and there are some Black parents that do tell their children, put that down. It's not going to work out, and stuff like that. So I guess when apparently he was like, okay, so since you downing me, so therefore you're not going to get, my money when I get older and become rich. So when he got older, he didn't give her anything. He stood by his word. He stood by his word. He haven't given her anything. The only thing he ever did for her was only pay taxes. And I think that's all he did. That's all. That's it. He said he would never give her a penny. So I just wanted to point that out because, it's not only Black people that are going through the situation. There are white people, white little boys that are going through that situation, and any color. So,
there's a child in every adult. There's a child in every adult that, and the biggest friend that they have is called memory. I have that little girl that was down inside of me. I have children who are older now who were once babies, toddlers, teenage, preteens, adolescents. They went through certain stages, things that I've said. They may remember from when I told them not to wear some clothes that they didn't iron. But children do not forget. It's easier, what did Frederick Douglass say? It's easier to repair children than broken men. I may be paraphrasing it wrong, but when you hurt a child, they never forget. Now,
never. Quentin
they
Tarantino,
never forget.
He never forgot.
You can say whatever you want to say, but there are consequences that come after that. He's a grown man. No one can control his feelings about that. Now, who's going to come along and try to fix it? That's their issue. Some things we need to leave alone. And like you said, we have to pray. That is something between he and his mother. And do I hope it can be fixed? I do. Because I'm not going to sit here on this on YouTube and say, oh, I've never made my children upset. They don't remember things that I've said to them. I'm not going to say that I don't remember things that were said to me by family members growing up, and it doesn't still hurt. But this just goes to show that it takes time for people to heal. Every day you can log on to social media and somebody telling you to heal. I've said it, heal. I'm not giving you no time frame. You can't put time on healing. This man is clearly hurt by what he said, what his mom said. And his mom, she came back and she made her response that she still loves her son. Why? Because at some point in time, someone has, maybe mom has said, well, I did do those things. I can't be mad. But it's just another topic for us to talk about. Like, it's not just a black problem. It's a people problem. You know, we didn't have, our parents didn't have, they could run to the counselors and talk to them about how to talk to their children. Come on, man. You got every one of them on the street corner or on a web page. Man, come on. I pray that they do, are able to have a relationship. If they have a relationship, that's fine. But he's an adult. If my children hit it big, they're not responsible to give me anything. I was responsible to raise them into who they are now. But at some point, that didn't happen. That's not happening as they're grown. Their nurturing days, my time is up. They have to become their own individuals. That's the way he feels. And I may get a little back like, that's his mama. Yes, that's his mama.
Yeah,
Mamas are not always right. They're not always right. I'm a mother. I'm not always right. I'm a mother 5 times over. I'm not always right. So that is, like I said, I hope they're able to, mend whatever hurt that Quentin has down inside for his mom. I hope he does heal from that. I hope he does. But
yeah, there's a lot of parents that do that to their children. So, but I do feel like he do need to heal from that, and he do need to forgive her because she said it out of anger, and she also said it like frustration. Seemed like she was frustrated, like maybe he was. I think I saw something else where he was acting out in class or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he was always getting in trouble or something. I'm not sure, but maybe she just got fed up and she just lashed out. But I think we should be very careful of what we say to our children while we're upset. Be very careful. I know, you want your kids to be a star. You want your kids to be the best. And he also mentioned that he didn't know how to do certain things like swim. I don't think it was something else he was mentioning. I listened to the podcast and it was on Brian Koppelman broadcast The Moment. And this is, somebody else is joining the live. This is Brian here, the guy that did the podcast, and with Quentin Tarantino. So I listened to the podcast, and he was just literally breaking it down. But I just hope he healed from. But there was some things that he was lacking, as growing up, he didn't know how to do and stuff like that. Maybe his mom was like giving up on him and stuff like that. She didn't believe anymore. She gave up hope, but I don't believe that his mother just was, just a mean mother. I think she just gave up, because I think he was failing in so many areas. I'm not sure, but this is my opinion or allegedly or whatever we want to say with that situation. But I listened to it. He did say he lacked in a few areas in his life. But I wanted to, everybody that don't know Quentin Tarantino. I'm sorry, Tarantino.
Well, we know who you're talking about.
Okay, he was the guy that, he's actually a film director, screenwriter, producer, author, and film critic and actor. Okay, he did the movie The Django, Hateful Eight. I love these movies. I love this guy. I'm telling you, he makes some good movies and they be funny. Like, they be so funny. He's supposed to be serious, but funny.
And I tell you, when people, like, as far as him, his mom saying that he, his writing would never be a success. How many times has somebody told you something that you would do will never be a success? And he was told this as a child. He's a very grown man now, So regardless of the fact of what he said, his actions spoke louder than the words. We hear these words now. I mean, this is when I'm hearing it. Someone else here may have heard it long before me, but we're hearing these words now. Like, that was then. What's going on with him now? So, and hopefully this doesn't disrupt what he has going on, because now you're dipping back into his childhood. What are you triggering? Certain things, like, that's where my mind goes. Like, what are you triggering when you're asking these things of people who are successful? Like, why? You know? So, when he wrote Django and I saw the movie, I was like, wow, like it was so many different pivots in that movie to where if this was on paper, if I was to see the what do they call it, the screenplay, the actual documents where the actors and stuff were reading off of it, it would have just blown my mind. Like, really, dude, where is your mind? Can I see what's going on in your mind? You know? So I definitely think he is phenomenal. So it's definitely about where he is now, because he's come a long way.
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
You want to say something about Quentin Tarantino?
Um, not really. Not really. Ain't much to say about it. I mean, he said what he said about his mother because it really truly hurted him as a child. Um, but I don't think he should just blame his mother. I really don't, because that's how some parents are. They grow up differently. So his dream wasn't her dream. So
Mm-hmm.
she brought up different, and she probably the type of parent that didn't know how to support just anything. You know what I'm saying? The child said, so that's a lot of parents though. That's in mostly a lot of races. So that parent do that. And I don't think he should just hate her or, do things like that to her just because of what she said a long time ago. But we wasn't there, so we don't know how
Mm-hmm.
bad it was. So we don't know how bad, it was back then. We don't know how she expressed it. So, everybody got a different life.
You're right. But when some parents, can you mute your mic, please, Renee? There's some static in the back. But parents have to realize, just because that child can't do this or do that, that don't mean he can't do nothing at all. Like he can do something, she can do something. You just have to find out what it is. I remember telling my child, somebody said to my son, like, hey, you're going to fail. So I'm like, you can't never fail at life. There's always opportunities, there's always some things to do, so I don't believe that you can fail at life. And that's what Quentin Tarantino did. He didn't fail. He tried this, he tried that. He tried writing, so he was good at that. Boom, he became a millionaire. And he's a good writer. He really is, and I love his movies. You can speak, Tamika. You gotta mute your mic, Tamika. It was Renee's mic. It was her mic. Yeah, it was Renee's mic. Her mic was echoing real bad. So, hi guys, those that have joined on Facebook, on my other channel. Thank you guys for joining. If you like to join the live, you're more than welcome to join the live. Um, so, Tamika, you have anything else to say as we move on to the next one here, Tamika? I don't know what
No, not
happened.
at this time
Oh,
on that topic. I don't. I agree that, I agree with what she said. Like, we don't know. We weren't there. So,
exactly. We wasn't there, so we don't know what was the case, but I just pray he healed from this, because to grow up with that in you, that's kind of dangerous. It really is. It's really dangerous to do that. You have to learn how to forgive your parents, forgive people for some of the things that they say to you. You know, you have to forgive and move on, because that's hurtful. You know, he said he didn't do
Right.
nothing but pay her taxes, and he's an adult. He's a grown man now. You know, so hey, that's like wow. You know, like I say, he do great movies, but I just pray he heal from that. I was shocked that I even heard anything about him. You know, his past. You know, when he was younger, I was kind of shocked about it. Like, wow, really? You know, you wouldn't even think that he was like that. You know, you'll think he's just a sweet, you know, kind, you know, grew up goofy, silly or whatever, just a little comedian or something like that. You know, I didn't expect that he went through some type of verbal abuse when he was younger. I just wouldn't even expect that, you know. But hey guys, those that are on Facebook, you can come to YouTube. We're on YouTube live here. Make sure you subscribe, like my channel. And this is Tamika Cummins. This is Tamika Cummins. You can let them know who you are. Those that have came in, let them know who you are.
Hello, everyone.
So, guys, make sure you guys hit like on the video. Make sure you hit like. Okay, we have one more thing here. We have one more. Let's see. Let's see about this one here. Okay, you can unmute your mic though. Tamika.
I'm gonna
I
mute
want to
my
get.
mic for a second. I'm trying to hook up my earpiece.
Okay. So this young brother here said some things that really upset a lot of women, okay, that was in the church or maybe not in the church. You know, they said his mentality was like of an old school man. You know, him saying is don't be a dummy and throw good friendships and potential business away over some vagina you're not even gonna want after you bust a nut. Now he's a musician. He's also a pastor, and he was married to Demeter Haddon once before, and he ended up, they say, allegedly cheating on Demeter Haddon, and the lady over here on the right. This is the lady he cheated on her with. So, and now they are married and they have 3 kids, and everybody is like bringing up his past and bringing up all this because he made this comment, and which it was kind of like, well, I disagree with it. You know, it's like, you know, you choose friendship over vagina, you know, like women are just sex objects. But I just really didn't like what he said about this.
What was my shoes? Okay, well, you know, we live
What,
in this
what,
world that you can say whatever it is you want to say. Can you hear what I'm saying? Can you hear me?
yes, go ahead, speak.
I'm like Dawn. Dawn said, I don't know where to begin with this one. Listen, listen. Our mouths can be real foul, okay? And we can make, a lot of times it's not what we say, it's how we say it. But since we're reading it, man, live your life. And just, some things just don't have to be said. If you're happy with what you have, fine. But why are we still trying to stop people from having relationships? Like, it's enough of women who sexualize themselves, but when you tell another man that because he has found him someone he wants to be with, that there's no brotherhood, what? It's a little bit suspect to me, but okay. I don't know.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, it's
And let's
like,
talk. And the thing of it is, don't get me. Listen. Before let me clear the air. When I
okay.
say suspect, meaning you got some things deep down inside, or some conversations, some things that's going on, and you trying to cover it up with having a woman on your side. You don't have to do that. We in 2021. Get over it. I'm over it. A lot of us are over it. Don't show up
Exactly.
with the woman and you don't really want the woman, but you got the woman just because she make you look good. And then you
Say
want to make
that.
your brothers feel some kind of way or think that you got the baddest thing walking. Who, child? I don't know. I'm like, Don, let me go back in my Don. I'm going back in my corner with you. I just don't know where to begin with this.
Yeah, I don't like statements like this. I don't like it. Like some celebrities, they just get to a place where they think they can just say whatever they want to say. Like
And they do.
seriously?
I mean, and the thing of it is they do. And they do. And that's because I don't know if it's because of their celebrity status. I don't know if that's how they have always been. I don't know. But don't try to use a baddie to make your brotherhood feel as if you got a baddie and you're not gonna choose this baddie over your brotherhood. Why are you explaining that to these men? Why? Women, why? Keep who you have. Do what you do behind your closed doors. And if these brothers are all your brothers, no matter who you with, it shouldn't stop anything. Sound like somebody starting to feel a little lonely, but okay.
Exactly.
Child.
Yeah, that statement kind of like throwing out a little division there. You know, like we the men, so we gonna conquer and we gonna conquer the woman. She's just sex object. Okay. But anyway.
Yes.
But anyway, with that, yes. So you guys, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys on Facebook. Make sure you come to YouTube, subscribe to my channel because tomorrow will be my last live on Facebook. So make sure you guys come to YouTube, subscribe to both of my channels. It's on my page. Thank you so much. And like I said, you guys, okay, just remember what we talked about when we first got on here about the coronavirus, you guys. You had to protect yourselves. Protect yourselves. Do you have any words about this, Tamika?
Well,
last words.
Yes. Protect yourself. Be wise. Seek counsel. If you are in any sort of trouble or if you're feeling, if you have any suicidal thoughts, seek help. I know social media is not the place for people who are introverts. Like a lot of people don't like to put their business out there, but seek help. Seek help. All right. As far as our children, let's continue to keep them lifted up and pray. As far as our entire globe, let's continue to pray, especially for those people in communities who aren't able to get and afford the actual tools that they need for survival. Let's continue to keep them lifted. All right, and that's all I have to say, Miss Furlow. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you.
You're
for
awesome
coming.
and amazing,
Thank
and don't you let nobody tell you anything different.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. We've been on here an hour and 10 minutes, you guys. It's about time to get off here. And I'm going to play a Fauci video before we. Well, you can leave if you want to. You don't have to stay on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Love you.
What we're recommending is that in the school system, you surround the children with people who are vaccinated, who are eligible to be vaccinated. And that's the reason why we want to see as many as possible of the teachers and the personnel in the school to be vaccinated. Children who are old enough and are eligible to get vaccinated should get vaccinated. And in the other situation, which you mentioned, the children who are not yet eligible, that's the reason why we want masking in the school for everyone, vaccinated or not, because we don't want to keep the children out of school. We know the deleterious effects of keeping children away from physical presence in the school, mental, social development, and things like that. So we've got to balance things. And that's the reason why we feel strongly we should be masking people to protect the children.